Hello students, today I am going to cover the topic of plate load test and cone penetration test. So before I start the topic, I would like to share the video of how a standard penetration test is conducted. At that day it was left with you all people. You all people can also open it on YouTube. Net is slow also. So I will start with plate load test only today. We'll little bit see how this test is being conducted, and afterwards I will discuss. First of all, to go through the video only. Actually, we will go through the animation of 15 minutes. We will certainly try. We will understand the things with the help of animation. There might be many videos related to plate load test on the. You can see how the arrangements are being done in the plate load test.
Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another video on Shallow Foundation series. In this video tutorial we are going to see plate load test that is used to determine bearing capacity and the settlement of shallow foundation. Arrangement of this test. First, the center of this test is the test plate that you can see at the bottom of the arrangement. Second thing is hydraulic jack. The function of this hydraulic jack is to apply the load on this plate. Third, dial gauges. You need at least 2 dial gauges. You can provide 3 or 4 depending upon your budget. And you need one more dial gauge that is not shown in this video or this picture. That dial gauge is used to measure the load that is being applied. Third thing is reaction beam, or sometimes you may have a reaction truss as well, and some supporting arrangement that is required. Okay, so this is not a typical loading arrangement. These arrangements are like, if you go on internet and search for plate load test, you will find different ways of conducting the plate load test. This is just one of that kind. Okay, so this is all about the basic arrangement of the plate load test. Remember, the most important thing in this test is the plate itself. Okay, so what we do when we start doing the plate load test is, first of all, we create this ditch that you see over here. It is also called a test pit. Okay, the width of this test pit, this one that you see horizontally, this is equals to at least 5 times of width of your plate. That is required as per IS code, that must be carefully followed. Okay, anything else in this? No. Okay, let's go ahead. Next, we'll talk about this plate itself, because as I said, plate is the most important part in this plate load test. So test plate located at the bottom. So what you do is, you create a test pit like this, and in this test pit you create yet another pit, a small depression, and that depression is the size of that. You see another pit inside this bigger pit. That depression is the size of your plate itself. Usually it is 25 mm in depth, and width equals to width of the plate. This is what your plate looks like. Thickness, the minimum thickness of the plate, it is made of course, mild steel. The minimum thickness is 25 mm. Why 25 mm? Because less than 25 mm, your plate will bend up after the application of load. So you will need at least 25 mm. You could go on higher side, let's say 27, 30, 35. You can also do it like this. Second one, size. Size of the plate should be between 300 mm to 750 mm. And the most important thing, the depth to width ratio of this plate should be equals to depth to width ratio of your foundation. If it is not possible to have equal, but that ratio should be approximately equals to depth to width ratio of your foundation. This is very important. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to correlate your data with your actual foundation. Next, let's say DP is the width of plate. In that case, this width, as we talked about earlier, width of the test pit should be equals to 5 times width of the plate. Shape of the plate, it could be either square, circular, rectangular, depending upon which shape of foundation you have. If you have a square foundation, you are going to construct a square foundation. The test plate that you are going to use should be in square. Or if your foundation is circular, let's say in case of a chimneys or in case of some machine foundation, we have to create a circular foundation, then in that case your test plate should be in circular shape. Okay, next, type of loading. How do you apply the load? That totally depends upon your site, your condition, what kind of resources you have available onto the ground, and as well as accessibility of that test site as well. Okay, the first one, where most of the time it is used, where resources are not that much available, that is gravity load. In gravity load, what you do is you use number of dead weights. Either sometimes these dead weights are in the form of sandbags, sometimes you have concrete blocks available onto the ground, sometimes you have bricks available onto the ground, sometimes you don't have sand but you have soil. So what you do, you fill that soil inside some bags and you put it above this steel beam or steel joist, and there is a hydraulic jack available. Now in this case, hydraulic jack perform a very different role. What role does it perform? It applies the load gradually, because you have kept all the dead weight at the same time, but you don't apply the entire load onto the plate in a single go. What you do, you apply the load gradually, you keep on increasing the load. So that is what the function of this hydraulic jack is. Okay, so the next one is a reaction load. In reaction load, you don't have the sandbags or any other dead weight, but instead you have a hydraulic jack which is present over here. The job of this hydraulic jack is to apply the load gradually onto your plate which is present at the bottom. Now then you have a reaction truss or a reaction beam, as the picture that I have shown you, like that. The job of this reaction truss or reaction beam is to hold the hydraulic jack into the position, because once you start applying the load bottom vertically downward, there will be reaction generated in upward direction. The job of this truss or this reaction beam is to counteract that reaction, and then this reaction, this truss or this beam or this, sometimes it is a steel joist, is placed onto the ground by using some supporting arrangement. Okay, so depending upon the type of resources you have, you could conduct any type of test. You will see there are different ways, different jugaad kind of technologies are available. Sometimes even I have seen some digging equipments are also used to apply the load. So that depends, as I said, upon your resources that are available to you onto your site. Okay, this is about type of loading. Next, the test procedure itself. So once you are done the entire arrangement, everything is on the place. The first thing that you do, you apply the sitting load or sitting pressure of 7 kN per meter square, and you apply it, keep it some time, then you release it. Now why we do that? This sitting load has a function of setting your plate at a position, because let's say you start applying the load and your plate moves a little bit. So what will happen? Your entire test will fail. So what you need to do, you need to apply a sitting load, make sure your plate is properly set in a position. If it moves a little bit, you can adjust it manually, then you can start the actual loading. Now when you do the actual load, what you do is, the first load that you apply is equals to 1/10 of anticipated safe load. Let's say you are damn good civil engineer, so you will know how much this soil onto the side is going to take, how much load this soil is going to take. Okay, so let's say you know that this soil is going to take 1000 kilonewton. So what you do, the first load that you apply is equals to 1/10 of the 1000, that is 100 kilonewton. So your first load is 100 kilonewton. Then what you do, you then afterward you keep on increasing the load by 20% of the safe load. The safe load is 1000, determine 20% of the 1000, then you keep on increasing the load. So 1/10 plus 20% plus 20% plus 20% plus 20%, you keep on increasing the load. So then you determine load versus settlement data. You record this data, it is very important. How do you increase the load? So first 20%, first you apply 1/10, then after 1 minute you increase it by 20%, then again after 5 minutes you increase it by 20%, again after 10 minutes. So this is how you keep on doing the load till 60 minutes. Once the 60 minutes is done, then you increase the load by 20% after every 1 hour. Okay, this is what keeps going on until the test need to be stopped. Now the question is, when do you stop the testing? So there are different school of thought, there are different codes, different ways of, different methods of stopping the load, different criteria are there. The first criteria is that if your applied load reaches 1.5 times of the safe load. As we have discussed, let's say your expected safe load is 1000 kilonewton, so you will start this test on if your applied load becomes 1500 kilonewton. That is a one way. Other way is if your settlement reaches 25 mm. That is also another way of stopping the test. Or in sometimes what happens, your plate fails in excessive settlement. Let's say it is reaching 25 mm. Let's say you are doing the test and after some time you find out that there is a settlement equals to 15 mm, and after 15 mm to 20 mm, that gap of 5 mm is reached in a very short period of time. That means there is an excessive settlement and the soil below the plate has failed. So you can also stop the test. So these are the 3 different criteria. This criteria is basically used, the last one is basically used in case of a soil, a clay soil or a mud or a marshland where there is a possibility of excessive settlement. Or either otherwise what you do, you start at 1.5 mm or 25 mm settlement. So this 25 mm settlement is probably the most accurate way of stopping your test. Okay. Next, you record load versus settlement data. That is very important because that load versus settlement data is going to help you in determining safe bearing capacity as well as the safe load of the foundation. Okay, so this load versus settlement curve, this looks like this. On x-axis you have pressure in kilonewton per meter square, you can have ton in meter square or whatever, and you have the settlement either in centimeter or mm. Okay, you plot this data by using data available after the plate load test. There are 3 different curves you may get. Okay, so the first type of curve that you get, which is shown over here, is for a dense sand and gravel, or sometimes for a over consolidated clay. So what is happening in the first curve, once you start applying the load, your settlement is increasing very gradually, very slowly. It is taking more load because it is a dense sand. Of course it will take more load. Once a particular settlement is reached, after that you see a very steady or very sharp increase in the settlement. That is the point where your soil is failing. That kind of failure we have seen in consolidation as in other chapters. This kind of behavior shown by a dense or over consolidated clay. Another type of curve that you may get is this curve number 2, which is for a loose sand and soft clay. This curve is very smooth. It does not show any spike like this in a curve 1, but the load versus settlement is very gradual in nature. The third curve that you see in between first and second curve, it is for a typical C5 soil. Most of the soil will show you this kind of curve. Okay, it is neither very soft nor it is very dense, so it will show behavior in between these two. Okay, so So how we can determine actual safe bearing capacity by using this curve? You can find out that in our second video on plate load test that I will upload in a couple of days. We'll do one numerical where you can actually see how this curve is basically used. Okay. Next is determination of bearing capacity. There is one formula given by Terzaghi and Peck. This formula is used for determining the settlement of the plate as well as for the foundation. So where S stands for settlement of proposed foundation in mm, that value is basically you have to assume, usually it is assumed as a 25 mm. SP is the settlement of the plate that is happening after the you conduct the plate load test. These two values are in mm. Size of the foundation, that is the width of foundation in meter, and as well as the width of plate in meters. Important thing to remember over here is that this formula, this 0.3 is that you see over here, it only comes when your settlement is in mm and your sizes are in meter. That is important. If you change this, then your formula may also change. So to avoid any confusion, you should always remember that settlement you need to put in mm and size of the foundation you need to put in meter. Okay, this is formula for sand given by Terzaghi and Peck. This is one more formula for clay, because clay has a very like you have seen this curve number 2, which is a very smooth curve. It means that Young's modulus is constant over here. That's why you have a very simple formula for settlement for clay. Okay, so these two formulas are used for the sand as well as clay. Next video lecture, this is all for plate load test. Next video lecture will do one numerical on this plate load test where you can actually see how to use load versus settlement data in order to determine.
So students, you might have got some idea about the plate loads test after seeing this video. Now I would like to discuss from my side what actually plate load test is.
Go below somewhere you will find the reference for the
So
that's all for this
you
video.
can download IS 1888 1982 also to get the details of plate load test, bearing capacity of soil by plate load test. This test is basically conducted. This is a method of conducting the load test on the soil.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the part 3 of
Method assume the
bearing
down
capacity
to
of
depth
shallow
of influence
foundation.
of the stresses.
If
The
you have
soil
not seen the
strata
part
is
1 and
reasonably
part 2,
uniform.
the link will be available.
The arrangement
on
is
the
being
top.
shown in the video. They should be verified by
so
boring or sounding.
in this
So
part,
the apparatus
we will
required.
solve
Apparatus
simple
consists of the bearing
numerical
plate,
on
loading
determination
equipment,
of bearing
instrument to
capacity.
measure the applied
In
loads
fact,
and
what we are
resulting
going to
settlement.
determine in this numerical
Bearing
is the
plates
permissible
consist of a
load
mild steel
that
75
a footing
cm in
can
diameter at
carry.
1.5
So
to
basically this will be a very simple
2.5
numerical, but
centimeter
the
thickness,
reason we have
and few
decided
other
to take
plates
this
of same
numerical
thickness
is
but a
because
smaller diameter,
it involves
usually
a lot of formulas,
60, 45,
and
30,
once you
22, 5
understand this
centimeter
formula, then we
are
can
used
go
as
for
an
a
stiffener.
much more
Not only
complex
circular
numerical.
plates are used, sometimes
So
square
the
plates are also
statement is
used.
given in front of you.
Loading equipment
Compute the
consists of
safe
a
bearing
reaction or
capacity of
dead load
continuous
and a
footing 1.8
back.
meter wide,
A load can be
located at a
provided by,
depth
as
of
shown in the
that is
figure,
this
by
depth
providing the sandbags.
1.2 meter
It is called gravity
given,
loading, and for
and
it can be
inside
provided
a
by
soil which has a gamma
hydraulic
equals
jacks
to
or
20
reaction
km per
truss.
meter cube,
That is called
C
reaction
equals to 20 km per
types
meter
of loading
square,
were discussed
phi
in
is
the
equal
video.
to 20 degrees,
The reaction frame
and
is able to
corresponding to
be
this 520
loaded to
degree,
give the
the
needed
value of
reaction on the
NC
plate.
and gamma
The load
are given.
applied may be
In
measured either
addition to
by proving ring
determination of
and
safe
dial
bearing
gauge
capacity,
assembly
we
or
also
a
have
pressure
to
gauge connected to the
determine
output
permissible load
end of the hydraulic jack.
per meter run of the footing.
Settlement measure may be
So,
made by the means of
what
3
is
or 4
given?
dial
All these
gauges
values are given.
fixed on the
In
periphery
addition to
of the
that,
bearing
factor of
plate
safety
from an
2.5 is
independent
also
datum frame
given
that
somewhere. Yeah, and is given here.
is far
Factor of
from the
safety
loaded area.
2.5.
Now I
Now
will
next
discuss
thing
the
is,
procedure.
there are
Actually, what
two
people
ways that you
have
can
seen in
solve
the
this
video
numerical.
also, then also I am going to
First way,
discuss it.
let me rub it out.
It is prepared and loose
So,
material is removed so that 75 centimeter diameter plate rests horizontally in full contact with the soil
okay.
subplate. If
So
the
the
modulus
first
of
way to
subplate
solve this
reaction of the
numerical
natural ground is needed,
is
the
looking at
top
the
soil may
value
be
of
removed up
phi,
to the depth of
which is
20
given
centimeter
20
before
degrees.
testing.
Now, this 20 degree,
The
like
plate
in
is
previous
seated
lecture we
accurately
had
and
seen
then seating load
that
is
if the value
sheeting
of
load
phi
equivalent
is
to the pressure
less
of
than
0.007 kg
28
per
degrees.
centimeter cube, that
Yeah,
is
28 degrees.
320.75
Then the soil will
centimeter
undergo
diameter plate is applied
local
and
shear
released after
failure.
a few seconds.
If
The
the soil is
sediment
put
dial
in the local
gauge
shear failure,
dial readings are
you have
now
to
noted
use
corresponding to
Terzaghi's
0 to.
modified formula.
The load
That
is
is the
applied
one way
to the
of doing
means
it.
is
Other way is
applied by
that
the
you
means
just
of jack
directly assume
sufficient to
that your
cause an
soil
average
is
settlement of
failing
about
in general shear
0.25
failure.
mm
Okay,
when
so
there
there are two
is
ways
no
you can solve.
perceptible increase in the
Both the ways
settlement,
will be
or
totally
when the
right. There
rate
will
of
be no
settlement is less
issues.
than
Okay,
0.025 mm per
so
minute
but
in
I would
case of
like to
soil
do
with
it
the
in
higher
this way,
moisture
so
content or in a
no
clay
issue
soil.
over it. And even
The
though
load
to
dial
do it
reading
with
and settlement
local
dial
shear
reading
failure,
are
your
noted.
results
The
will not
average
be
of 3 or
too
4
much
settlement
different
dial
from
gauges
general
is
shear
taken
failure.
as the average settlement
Okay,
of the plate
so the next thing what I want you to
corresponding
do
to the
is
applied load.
focus on
The
these
load is
values
then
that
increased till the average
all these
settlement
formulas
increased to
over
the
here.
further amount
So
of
the first thing that we'll do,
0.25
we'll
mm.
determine Q
The
ultimate
load
by
and
using
average
general
settlement
formula
readings are
for
noted as
Terzaghi's
before.
bearing
The
capacity.
procedure is
Q
executed.
ultimate we have seen it is equals to C N C plus Q and Q. This Q is nothing but your
So
gamma
this is
df
the bearing
plus
pressure
half
and settlement
gamma
curve.
B and gamma
Bearing
curve.
pressure on
B is the
the
width of your
y-axis
footing
in
that
kgs
is
per
given
centimeter
1.8
cube square
kg.
and mean
So in
settlement
this
on
formula, all
x-axis
the
in
values are
centimeter.
given. You don't have to derive
A
anything.
graph is plotted
Once you are done that
with the mean
with
of
net
settlement
ultimate
versus
bearing
bearing pressure
capacity,
load per
lecture
unit
you have
area
seen the
shown in the
capacity
pressure
is
P
nothing but
kg per
ultimate
centimeter
bearing
square
capacity
corresponding to
minus the value of Q, that
0.125
is
centimeter is
gamma df.
obtained from the
This
graph.
value of Q
The
has to be
modulus of subgrade
subtracted
reaction
from Q
K
ultimate. You will
is
get
calculated from the
net
reaction
ultimate bearing
K is
capacity.
equal to P
If
upon
you divide this
0.125
net
kg per
ultimate bearing
centimeter
capacity,
square
this net
plus
ultimate bearing capacity, just divide it by
centimeter
factor
per
of safety, that
centimeter
is
kg per
2.5,
centimeter
you will get
cube.
net safe bearing capacity.
So
Once you
actually
get net
in
safe
this
bearing capacity,
PDF you
then you
have
have to determine
come to know
safe
how
bearing
modulus of
capacity.
subgrade
This is what
is
has been
calculated,
asked
which
in
is used in
email to
design
determine
of
safe
payment,
bearing
and
capacity.
in video they have shown
This
how
is
the
where the
settlement,
part 1 ends.
they have
Now
also
to
discussed the
determine
formula for
permissible
settlement
load that the
and
footing
settlement in the
can
case of
carry.
B.
How you
SF
can
upon
determine that?
FP is equal to
Just
BF
this
upon
net safe
BP,
bearing
SF upon
capacity
FP equal to
multiply
B
this
upon BP, B
net
plus
safe bearing
zero point
capacity
0.3.
with
Those formula they were
your
discussing in
footing
video.
area. This
So
footing
in
area
this
which is
way we
given,
can
that is
calculate
given
the settlement
1.8 meters.
once
This
the
multiplied by and
bearing
1,
pressure is
that is the
known to
length of
us
the
with the
footing.
help of
It is perpendicular, which you cannot see here because that length of the footing is perpendicular to your
so
screen.
you all people should
So
go through plate
this
load
is how
test.
you
It
can
is also very
determine
clearly
permissible
given
load
in the
as well
basic
as
Economia
safe
book.
bearing capacity.
You should also
Okay,
go through the
and I
limitation
want
of
you to
plate load
remember
test. Not only
this
this, you
link,
should solve
this
some numerical problem
entire
and try to
section which I have shown over
go
here.
through several videos
Just
on
write it down
available on the
somewhere if
YouTube. Not
possible,
only of
or
plate
take a
load test, you should
screenshot.
also
And remember this,
go through
this
the
will be
videos of
very
standard
important for
penetration
you to
tests and try
solve the
to
numerical.
understand these field
Let's
tests
go ahead.
to determine the settlement
So
and
the
bearing
first thing that
capacity
we'll
of the
determine
foundation. If
is
you are going
Q
to solve the
ultimate.
numerical
We have
problem
all
on
the
these
values given.
topics,
So the
you
first
should know
thing
the
is
procedure, you should
Q
know the
ultimate
apparatus
is the value
required
of
for, you
this
should
Q.
know the field
And we have
application of
seen
these
this
plate
Q is
load
called as
tests and
such
standard
that
penetration
and is
tests.
equals to
But
gamma into
similarly, if you are going
df.
to solve the numerical
Okay,
problem on
so
these
gamma is
topics, you
given
will
20,
certainly come
df
to
is
know
given
how
1.2, so
actually
we get
settlement is calculated,
Q
how
equals to, that
bearing
is such that
capacity is
pressure equals to 24
calculated.
kilonewton per meter square.
Now I am going to
Next,
discuss
the
cone
value of
penetration
C,
test.
NQ and N gamma are given. Next, so only thing that you have to do over here is just put the values of all the known quantities. So this NQ and gamma is known.
So cone
This C is
penetration
known
test.
20.
Actually,
After
this is
that,
history of
this
cone
gamma is
penetration
again
test,
20.
introduction
This
information
P
about
is nothing
CPT,
but this
CPT, device
1.8.
usage, process
Okay, just put the values
advancements.
to the calculation.
This test
We'll
is
get Q
firstly
ultimate
developed
as
in 1930 as a
621.6
mechanical
Newton per
electrical
meter
cone.
square. Next,
Electrical
now
cones
as per
developed in
our flow that
1960,
you have seen in
primary
previous
device for
part,
offshore investigation
this
since 1970.
QNS, Q
CPT
NU,
in
that
this
is
time is the
net
most
ultimate
used and
bearing
especially in
capacity.
situ method for
This
soil
ultimate bearing
investigation
capacity,
worldwide.
you
It
just
is
subtract the
to
value of
determine the
gamma df, that
geotechnical
is
engineering
24.
properties of soil.
You will
It
get
was
the
used in
value Q and U
1950s
equals to
at the Dutch lab for soil
597.6
mechanics,
Newton
so
per
that it
meter
has
square.
also
As
been
it is a
called
bearing
Dutch cone test.
capacity, it has a unit of
The
stress.
difference between
Okay, so you have got this.
SPT and
Next
CPT
thing
is that
will
in
determine
SPT we have got
net
split
ultimate
spoon sampler, and and in
So
CPT,
next,
a
then
cone on
ultimately
the
we
end
have
of a
determined.
series of
Next
the
is
rod is pushed
net
into the
saved
ground at
during
a
the process.
constant rate.
How do we determine
So
it?
cone
Just this value
penetration
of
tests are of two
Q
types:
and V
static
divided
cone
by factor of
penetration test
60.
and dynamic cone
This value
penetration test.
you add by factor of safety
Of course, there is
2.5,
only static cone
you will get the
penetration test.
value of net
You
safe
can go
bearing
through
capacity
several
as
books and several videos for both types of tests. You will get many
239.04
data
kN per
over
meter
there.
square. Still,
So
it
the
is
basically
not
difference,
the safe
actually this
bearing
cone
capacity. It is
penetration
net
test
safe
is
bearing
carried out
capacity.
where standard
Let me
penetration
erase
fails. A
this.
standard penetration test fails
Okay.
in the case of rocky strata.
Next,
So this cone
once you got
having
it, now you can determine safe bearing
43.75
capacity.
mm of
So the
diameter
only thing that you have
and
to
cone
do
of
is
apex
take this value
degree
over here,
60 degree, it can
net safe bearing
penetrate to the
capacity,
rocky surface
add
also.
this 24 value
Continuous
which you
measurements
have
are made
previously
for the
determined. So you will get the safe bearing capacity
resistance
as
to the penetration of the cone and a surface area.
63.04 kN per meter square. 39 plus 24. Okay. Yeah,
CPT are
fine.
conducted to measure and
So far
evaluate
we have
characteristics of the
gone, we
specific
have reached
soil,
to our
soft
part 1
soil,
of the
silt,
solution.
sand,
Now what
clay,
is
and
part 2?
such as soil
Part 2
type,
is the
relative density.
determination of
CPT are conducted
permissible
to
load.
measure
So
and
you have
evaluate
seen the
characteristics of
formula,
specific soil,
permissible
soft,
load
sensitive,
equals
silt,
to
sand,
safe
clay,
bearing capacity
and some
which we have
pores
just
present in the
determined
soil such as soil
multiplied
type,
by
relative
area of
density,
footing. This
in
F
situ,
stand for
stress condition, shear
footing.
strength
So the
parameter.
area of footing equals
After
to this
analyzing the
width
result from the
1.8
test, we can determine the
multiply
soil
by
types and
the
design
length
of the
1
shallow
meter. Now
foundation through
why
the
1 meter?
estimation of
Because in the numerical
stiffness and
itself
shear
it
strength of
was
cohesive
asked
soil.
that the safe
The
load
result
that
from
can
the
be carried
CPT
out
may also be
per
used
meter run
directly
of the
for
footing.
design of
So that's why we
pile
have taken it
foundation
as
in
a
sand and gravel.
unity value 1.
Indirectly, it can be
This
used
length,
shear
remember,
strength for
you
piles
cannot
and
see
clay.
this length over here. This length 1 meter
The
is
cone sizes
perpendicular
figure
to
shows
screen
the
of your
range
device.
of cones from a mini cone
Next,
at 2
once you got the
cm
value
square to
of
the large
area,
cone of 40
that
cm
is
square.
1.8 meters
The
square
mini
as
cones
it
are
is a
used for
area,
shallow
just multiply
investigation, whereas the
the
large
last
cones are used for gravelly
quantity
soil.
that we have
So these
determined,
are
this
some
Q safe
cones 40
by
cm,
area. You will get the
10
permissible
cm. These
load
are the
equals to
types of cones.
473.4 kilonewton. Okay.
Engine operated
Now
200 kilometer.
this
You
is
can
where
also
our
see such type
numerical
of cone
ends.
penetration test
As it is
machine in our laboratory
uh,
also, and
a
this is
load,
hand
its
operated
unit should
cone
be
penetration test
kilonewton.
of 30
Okay,
kilometer.
so this was a very simple numerical which I have just taken so that you will
Process
understand what are the
a
physical
60
meaning of the
degree cone with a
formula
base
that we
area of
had
10
seen in
centimeter
part
and
1.
50 centimeter
In
friction
part
sleeve
2,
is
probably
hydraulically
we'll go
forced
for
into the
much
by
more
applying the
difficult
measure
numerical, or
force of
we'll
the
take
rod.
some
The cone
numerical
is
from Mumbai
pushed into the
University
soil at a
examination.
constant
Okay,
speed of penetration
so
ranging
solve the
from
numerical,
1.5 to
and if you have any
2.5
question again
centimeter
you
per
can ask
second.
me anytime.
So this is the
And
arrangement how it
also
is
I am
penetrated in the
trying to
ground.
take utmost cares so that there should be no
Advantages: rapid
calculation
test,
mistake or anything that I am
economical
forgetting. I think in a
identification of
previous
the
video
problem soil,
I
detailed
had
and
forgot to
precise
take
data,
the value of
real-time measurement.
PAV into the stability
Disadvantages:
calculation, and
you
that
can
has
obtain
left
sample in
many people
SPT, but you
confused.
can't
So this
obtain
is
sample in the case
teaching
of
on
CPT.
teaching
Depth
using
limited, normally
videos is
can't push through
a
gravels,
lot more difficult
requires special
than I had
equipment and
imagined.
skilled operator.
So anyways, take care, be safe.
Conclusion: save money for the owner by more accurately identifying the geological strata. Seismic evaluation can be done to satisfy the new building code requirement by measuring the lowest strain for shear wave velocity.
Hello everyone,
Can be used to
welcome
predict
back to the
vertical
part
pile
1 of
capacity in normally
shallow
consolidated
foundation.
or recently
So
aged
this is my
cohesionless
second attempt
soils,
of
provides
making
good
this video.
estimate of the settlement for shallow foundation.
Yesterday I forgot
After analyzing the
that I was
result obtained
recording
from the
the
test, we can
So I did
determine
check
the
it,
soil
and
type and design of
it
shallow
turns out I
foundation through
taught
the
the entire
estimation
lecture and I
of the
didn't
stiffness and shear
put
strength
the
of the
recording.
cohesive
So
soil.
just
The
remember
result of the
kids,
CPT,
nothing happens to good
may
people all the
also be
time.
used directly
So don't
for
worry
the
about it.
design of pile
Okay,
foundation in
so on
sand and
that
gravel.
lighter note,
Indirectly, it
let's
can be
start with
used
the foundation.
by
So
determining the
basically
shear strength for
foundations are
pile N.
divided into two parts
So you
that you
can go
already know. You might
through
have
these
studied this in
PPTs.
your second year, I hope so. If not, then don't worry about it. So shallow foundation are divided into two parts: shallow foundation and deep foundation.
So these are some
So
references:
in
cone
this chapter, what we are
penetrometer
going
test,
to see
papers of
how to
surface,
determine, how to design a
south,
shallow
eastern. These are
foundation.
some differences you
If
can go through.
and when you
In
design a shallow
between, I
foundation,
was getting
whether a particular
so it
soil
was
will be able to carry that load of that foundation or not, that we are going to see in this chapter. So shallow foundation is probably
so I will
the most
now
important chapter in the Geotech
share a
1 and 2,
video which
because
will be
everything
in which
that
you
we are
will come to
studying, we are
see about
studying to
cone penetration
calculate the
test.
bearing capacity of the foundation. Okay, so next thing, we must know how we categorize the foundation.
certainly get the idea of cone penetration test also by seeing this video. It is a 12-minute video. Listen to it.
कोन पेनिट्रेशन टेस्ट, ये आपके दो टाइप का होता है, स्टैटिक कोन पेनिट्रेशन टेस्ट और डायनेमिक कोन पेनिट्रेशन टेस्ट। चलिए सबसे पहले देखते हैं हम लोग स्टैटिक कोन पेनिट्रेशन टेस्ट है क्या। ये टेस्ट भी आपका ऑलमोस्ट ये मान लीजिए CPT की तरह ही है।
Hello.
और दोनों टेस्ट के खासियत है कि दोनों टेस्ट में हम लोगों को ज़्यादा सैंपल कलेक्ट नहीं होता और आजकल बहुत एडवांस हो गया है। जैसा भी आपको मैं CPT के बारे में बताऊँगा, बहुत एडवांस है और हमको बहुत सारे नॉलेज या इवन काफ़ी प्रॉपर्टीज सॉइल की उनसे मिल जाती है। इसमें एक्चुअली क्या होता है, आपके पास एक पेनेटोमीटर होता है, पेनिट्रेट करता है आपको भी देखना, इसको हम लोग कहते हैं CPT ट्रक, कोन पेनिट्रेशन टेस्ट ट्रक। और इसको फिर हम लोग जो है हाइड्रोलिक जैक के हिसाब से ऊपर उठाते हैं और इसमें अंदर जो है ना आपका पूरा पेनेटोमीटर होता है, उसको हम लोग डायरेक्टली यहाँ से पेनिट्रेट करना शुरू करते हैं। तो हम लोग इस टेस्ट को यूज़ क्यों करते हैं, कहाँ पर यहाँ पे हम लोग इसको यूज़ करना है। एक्चुअली द कोन टेस्ट इज कंसिडर्ड वेरी यूजफुल इन डिटरमाइनिंग द बियरिंग कैपेसिटी ऑफ पेड़ इन कोहेजनलेस सॉइल, पर्टिकुलरली इन फाइन सैंड ऑफ वेरिंग डेंसिटी। ठीक है, तो अगर हमारे पास कोई फाइन सैंड है और उसकी डेंसिटी भी चेंज हो रहा है, स्टेटस का चेंज हो रहा है, ऐसी जगह पर हम लोग उसकी बेरिंग कैपेसिटी अगर हमको फाइंड आउट करना है तो हम लोग मोस्टली इसी एक्सपेरिमेंट को करते हैं CPT ट्रक। आपको मैं इसको थोड़ा इलस्ट्रेशन के साथ बताऊँ। सपोज करो आपके पास जो है CPT ट्रक है और यहाँ पर आप लोगों ने क्या किया, उसको हाइड्रोलिक जैक लगाया ऊपर और उसको फिट किया। अब इसमें होता ये है कि आपका जो पेनिटोमीटर होता है वो अंदर ही में लगा हुआ है। हम लोग क्या करते हैं, उसको हाइड्रोलिक जैक की हेल्प से उसको धीरे धीरे, इसमें एक्चुअली देन अलग अलग पाइप होते हैं। जैसे ये आपका इनिशियली अगर मैं दिखाता हूँ, ये पहला आपका वो पेनिटोमीटर, फिर उसके पीछे हम लोग लगातार ड्रिल रोड कनेक्ट करते चले जाते हैं और फिर हम लोग इसको धीरे धीरे वो पेनिट्रेट करना शुरू कर देते हैं। फिर इसको देखो ये अब सॉइल में आपका जाना शुरू होता है। तो हम लोग ये पूरा सिस्टम जो आपका ट्रक के अंदर ही होता है, हम लोग इसको धीरे धीरे पेनिट्रेट करते चले जाते हैं। तो यहाँ जो मैं इसको पेनिट्रेशन आपको बता रहा हूँ, ये जो आपका पेनिटोमीटर है ये दो टाइप के होते हैं। मोस्टली अगर हम लोग इंडिया में पढ़ते हैं हम लोग मैकेनिकल पेनिटोमीटर के बारे में ज़्यादा पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन अब आजकल जो है ना बहुत एडवांस हो गया, इसमें इलेक्ट्रिकल भी आने लगा और इलेक्ट्रिकल के कई बेनिफिट है। वो आपको पेनिट्रेशन रेजिस्टेंस बताने के साथ साथ वहाँ पर जो आपका पोर वाटर प्रेशर है वो भी इजीली बता देता है। तो इस टेस्ट में यही रहता है कि हम लोग बार बार पीछे को ड्रिल रोड को कनेक्ट करते रहते हैं और फिर इसको हम लोग धीरे धीरे पेनिट्रेट करते रहते हैं जहाँ तक हमको एक तरीके से इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना है। जो मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग है यहाँ पर वो है कि ये जो हम लोग यहाँ पर कनेक्ट किए और इसमें भी जो ना आपका जो एडवांस में बता रहा हूँ कि इसमें अंदर ही यहाँ पर ये जो आपको आप लोग यहाँ पर ड्रिल रोड कनेक्ट करेंगे ना, इसी ये एक तरीके से होलो होती है, होलो सिलेंड्रिकल शेप होता है और इसी में आपका वायर जाता है नीचे तक और वो वायर यहाँ पर आपका कनेक्ट रहता है और मोस्टली कभी इसके ट्रक के अंदर ही आपका जो ना कंप्यूटर होता है उसी से पूरा डेटा आपका कनेक्ट रहता है। अब चलिए पहले समझते हैं कि जो हमारा ये है एक्चुअली यहाँ पर इस तरीके से मैं यहाँ पर पेनिटोमीटर, तो ये आपका एक होता है इलेक्ट्रिक फ्रिक्शन कोन पेनिट्रोमीटर। लेट मी शो यू द रियल डायग्राम ऑफ कोन पेनिट्रोमीटर। अगर आप लोग यहाँ पर देख रहे हो ये जो आप सरफेस देख रहे हैं ये सरफेस एक्चुअली आपका फ्रिक्शन चाहिए, यानी कि ये हमारा जो सॉइल में फ्रिक्शन है, ठीक है, यानी कि सॉइल के साथ जो आपको पेनिट्रोमीटर के बीच में जो फ्रिक्शन रहेगा उसको मेजर करता है। और आप लोग यहाँ पर देखोगे ये आपका एक्चुअली कोन, ठीक है, इसका हम लोग नॉर्मली वर्ड यूज़ करते हैं कोन टिप। यहाँ जो आप लोग देखे हुए वाली लाइन ये आप लोग इसको ये एक्चुअली आपका पोरस फिल्टर एलिमेंट दैट मेजर द पोर वाटर प्रेशर। तो इसकी हेल्प से हम लोग ईजिली पोर वाटर प्रेशर मेजर कर सकते हैं जो इस पेनिट्रोमीटर के साइड में आ रहा है। और अब तो ये पेनिट्रोमीटर इतना ज़्यादा एडवांस हो गया कि एक पोरस फिल्टर आपको यहाँ पे भी लगा होता है। तो अगर देखेंगे डायग्राम वगैरह आपको देखें तो एक पेनिट्रोमीटर यहाँ भी लगा है, ठीक है। तो ये जो पेनिट्रेशन ये वाला जो आपका कोन है ये जो एक तरीके से सामने जो आपका पोर वाटर प्रेशर बन रहा है ना ये उसको भी मेजर करता है और ये जो सॉइल साइड में आ रही है उसका पोर वाटर प्रेशर मेजर करता है। और जहाँ तक इस टिप की बात है ये आपका कोन के शेप में होता है और इसका डायमीटर होता है 3.6 सेंटीमीटर, यानी कि इसका अप्रोक्सीमेट एरिया होता है 10 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर। और नीचे अगर आप लोग देखें यहाँ पर ये इसका जो आपका एंगल होता है यानी कि एंगल ऑफ वर्टेक्स वो होता है आपका 60 डिग्री। 60 डिग्री वर्टेक्स का आपका ये एंगल है और 3.6 सेंटीमीटर की इसकी डायमीटर है। अब इसमें भी ये थोड़ा सा वेरिएशन आने लगा है कि यहाँ पर जो है आपको देखो इसका डायमीटर थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा है प्रीवियस वन से। तो ये होता है आपका इलेक्ट्रिक फ्रिक्शन कोन पेनिट्रोमीटर। और इसी में आप लोग देखो यहाँ पे पीछे से आपको इलेक्ट्रिक वायर कनेक्ट रहता है, उसको हम लोग कंप्यूटर से कनेक्ट करके सारा डेटा जो है वो एकदम डिजिटल फॉर्मेट में कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो इसका एरिया होता है आपका 10 सेंटीमीटर पर। अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि हम लोग यहाँ से इस कोन की हेल्प से और जो आपका ये फ्रिक्शन स्लीव है ये वाला, ठीक है जी, इसकी हेल्प से हम लोग फ्रिक्शन रेजिस्टेंस कैसे मेजर करते हैं। तो सीधी सी बात ये है कि हमको उसका पूरा एरिया पता है। ठीक है, अब हम लोग इसका क्योंकि प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया लेके चल रहे हैं तो आप लोगों को पता है यहाँ पर जो हमारा रेजिस्टेंस होगा वो उस कोन की वजह से होगा। ठीक, तो इसको हम लोग नॉर्मली बोलते थे कोन रेजिस्टेंस QC, और इसका सिंपल फार्मूला होगा PC अपॉन AC, यानी कि जो भी लोड हमारा कोन पे अप्लाई हो रहा है अपॉन एरिया ऑफ कोन। ठीक है, ये हमको देगा कोन रेजिस्टेंस। और जहाँ तक बात होती है आपका फ्रिक्शन रेजिस्टेंस, इसको हम लोग QF से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। ये एक्चुअली आपका जो फ्रिक्शन फोर्स है ना सरफेस पे जो लग रहा है इस पर, ठीक है, उसकी हेल्प से मेजर करते हैं। तो उसको हम लोग यहाँ पे बोलेंगे PF यानी कि फ्रिक्शन लोड एंड AS एक्चुअली सरफेस एरिया, यहाँ पर जो आपका सिलेंड्रिकल शेप है इसका सरफेस एरिया। तो ये जो पूरा डेटा है ना ये कम्प्लीटली आपको इलेक्ट्रिक पैरामीटर से कनेक्ट रहता है और हम लोग इसको बहुत ईजिली मेजर कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा जो हमारा दूसरा है तरीके से पेनिट्रोमीटर, इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं आपका मैकेनिकल फ्रिक्शन कोन पेनिट्रोमीटर। ये आपका अगर आप लोग देखें ना डायग्राम को, तो इसके अंदर कोई ऐसा इलेक्ट्रिक फॉर्मेट नहीं होता कि जो डिवाइस होती है। इसको नॉर्मली अगर मैं आपको अंदर से दिखाता हूँ, देखो यहाँ पे है ना कि आपका रोड है, ठीक है, इस ड्रिल रॉड से जो है ना आपका ये कोन कनेक्ट रहता है और जो सॉइल है अगर हम लोग यहाँ पर पेनिट्रेशन करने जा रहे हैं। और ये मैकेनिज्म देखो ये आपका पूरा मैकेनिकल मैकेनिज्म। इसमें एक्चुअली होता क्या है ना कि एक बार हम लोग कोन को ले जाते हैं, the cone is carried at the lower end of a steel driven rod which passes through a steel tube, basically we call it mantle, with external diameter equal to the base of the cone। यानी कि यहाँ पर जो नॉर्मली आपका जो स्टील ट्यूब है ना उसका डायमीटर और आपका जो कोन का बेस है वो इक्वल रहता है। अब हम लोग जो है जैक की हेल्प से मेजर द कोन और द ट्यूब और बोथ टुगेदर कैन बी फोर्ड इनटू द सॉइल बाय मीन्स ऑफ जैक। तो या तो हम लोग अकेले सिर्फ कोन को ही सॉइल में पेनिट्रेट कर सकते हैं या हम दोनों को भी कर सकते हैं। और इसमें एडवांस ये भी आया कि हम लोग जो है सिर्फ कोन को ना करके जो आपका ट्यूब होता है ना इस अकेले ट्यूब को भी पेनिट्रेट कर सकते हैं, उससे हम लोग ईजिली सैंपल भी कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। तो इवन हम लोग कोन पेनिट्रेशन टेस्ट हुआ या आपका SPT टेस्ट हुआ उसमें कोई सैंपल कलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन मैकेनिकल फ्रिक्शन कोन पेनिट्रोमीटर ये है कि उसमें हम लोग एटलीस्ट एक तरीके से सैंपल भी कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। So to know the cone resistance, the cone alone is first forced down to a distance of 8 centimeter and the maximum value of resistance is recorded। तो अभी क्या होता है हम लोग सिर्फ अकेले कोन को ही है ना पहले फोर्स करते हैं। कई बार ऐसा हो जाता है कि हम लोग नॉर्मली केसिंग बना के फिर कुछ डेप्थ तक जो है ना इसको ले जाते हैं और फिर हम लोग इसको कोन को पेनिट्रेट करते हैं। तो जैसे मैंने बोला इसको अप्रोक्सीमेट हम लोग 8 सेंटीमीटर तक इसको पेनिट्रेट करेंगे और फिर हमको जो भी रेजिस्टेंस मिलेगा उससे हम लोग जो है कोन रेजिस्टेंस वैल्यू फाइंड आउट कर लेंगे। इसके बाद ये होता है कि जो हमारा स्टील ट्यूब है हम लोग इसको भी नीचे पुश करते हैं, ये आपको नीचे आ गया, ठीक है, पूरे सैंपल के साथ। फर्दर एक चीज़ और जैसे मैंने बताया, अब हम लोग या तो इसको पूरे को एक साथ पेनिट्रेट कर देते नीचे की ओर, तो जब हम पूरे को एक साथ पेनिट्रेट करके लाएंगे तब आपको ओवरऑल पेनिट्रेशन रेजिस्टेंस मिल जाएगा। तो मैंने कह दिया आपका जो ओवरऑल पेनिट्रेशन रेजिस्टेंस वो T है और जो हम लोगों ने कोन की हेल्प से निकाला वो आपका QC है। तो अगर मैं T में से टोटल पेनिट्रेशन में से QC माइनस करूँगा तो मेरे को जो फ्रिक्शन रेजिस्टेंस है वो मिल जाएगा, ठीक है। और दूसरा तरीका ये भी है कि अगर मेरे को यहाँ से सैंपल कलेक्ट करना है तो मैं कोन को वहीं स्टेशनरी कंडीशन में रहने दूँगा। ये आप लोग देख रहे हैं आपको बॉल दिख रही है आपको। अब क्या होता है कि इनको हम लोग पहले क्या था, इनको हम लोगों ने रिलीज़ किया और कोन को नीचे लिया, फिर हम लोगों ने इसको फिक्स किया, फिर आपका जो ट्यूब है और कोन है वो दोनों एक साथ नीचे आएंगे। और दूसरी चीज़ ये भी है कि मैं इनको रिलीज़ करके ये आप लोग ट्यूब देख रहे हैं ये वाला, इसको नीचे पेनिट्रेट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, नीचे आ गया। तो यहाँ तो मैं अगर इस पूरे को जो आपका पूरा ये पेनिट्रोमीटर इसको पूरे को एक साथ बाहर निकालूंगा तो मैं यहाँ से सैंपल भी कलेक्ट कर सकता हूँ, ठीक है। तो इस सैंपल की हेल्प से हम लोग जो है जो सॉइल की बाकी प्रॉपर्टीज़ है उनको भी देख सकते हैं। सो ओवरऑल आई विल से दैट द स्टील ट्यूब इज देन पुश्ड डाउन अप टू द कोन, ठीक है, then both together further penetrated through a depth of 20 centimeter to give the total cone resistance and frictional resistance along the tube। तो जो अभी मैं आपको बता रहा था ना कि हम लोग अगर इस कोन को और इस ट्यूब को दोनों को एक 20 सेंटीमीटर तक पेनिट्रेट करते हैं तो वहाँ से मेरे को दोनों मिल जाएंगे, कोन रेजिस्टेंस भी मिल जाएगा और फ्रिक्शनल रेजिस्टेंस भी मिल जाएगा। तो इन दोनों का समेशन हमको मिलता है, ठीक है। और कोन रेजिस्टेंस हम ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेट कर चुके हैं, तो अगर मैं टोटल में से कोन रेजिस्टेंस माइनस करूँगा तो मेरे को फ्रिक्शनल रेजिस्टेंस मिल जाएगा। तो यहाँ पर मैंने आप लोगों को जो है कोन पेनिट्रेशन एक तरीके से हम लोग इसको भी नंबर के फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। तो ये मैंने आपको निकालना बताया। अब एक्चुअली क्या है, जैसे हम लोग एसपीटी टेस्ट में जो है करेक्शन फैक्टर यूज़ करते थे, वैसे ही हम लोगों को यहाँ पर सीपीटी में भी वैल्यू को एक तरीके से मॉडिफाई करना होगा, या मैं कह सकता हूँ यहाँ पर वी हैव टू नॉर्मलाइज द सीपीटी वैल्यू सिमिलर टू एसपीटी वैल्यू। The CPT values QC also require normalization to the standard overburden pressure of 100 kN per meter square। तो अगर हमारा ओवरबर्डन प्रेशर 100 kN पर मीटर स्क्वायर तक जा रहा है तो उस केस में हम लोगों को जो वैल्यू हमारी CPT की है उसको नॉर्मलाइज करना होगा। और उसके लिए हम लोग रिलेशन यूज़ करते हुए QCN इक्वल टू CN इंटू QC। यहाँ पर जो आपका CN है ये एक तरीके से आपका कॉन्स्टेंट वैल्यू है जो हम लोग जो है इस फॉर्मूले में यूज़ करते हैं। और इसके लिए मैं आपको बता देता हूँ कि जो आपका QCN जो है ये आपका नॉर्मलाइज वैल्यू होगी QC की, ठीक है, करेक्टेड फॉर ओवरबर्डन इफेक्ट। और जो आपका CN है ये आप लोग टेबल देख रहे हो, ये आपका इफेक्टिव ओवरबर्डन प्रेशर के अकॉर्डिंग जो है CN की वैल्यू है, जैसे आप लोग इस तरीके से देख रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो मोस्टली जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि हम लोग जो है यहाँ तक इसका यूज़ नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन जैसे हम लोग 100 से ऊपर जाते हैं, जैसे आप लोग देखिए यहाँ तक इसकी वैल्यू कितनी है 2, तो उस केस में हम लोग 100 से आप लोग यहाँ जैसे ऊपर गए तो 100 तक, फिर आपका 200 से लेकर यहाँ नीचे तक 400 तक। तो यहाँ तक आपका जो भी ओवरबर्डन प्रेशर होगा उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम लोग CN की वैल्यू यहाँ पर यूज़ करेंगे टू फाइंड द करेक्टिव वैल्यू ऑफ द नॉर्मलाइज वैल्यू ऑफ CPT। तो यहाँ पर जो है मैंने आपको नॉर्मलाइजेशन ऑफ CPT वैल्यू बताया, ठीक है। यानी कि ये हमारा जो पूरा टेस्ट था ये आपका स्टैटिक कोन पेनिट्रेशन टेस्ट था। नेक्स्ट जो है हमारा जो है डायनेमिक कोन पेनिट्रेशन।
So students, you have seen the video of cone penetration test also and plate load test. I have also discussed the theory part. If you will say, I will send the video of SPT.
Grammarly can help.
So try to go through some numerical problem related to SPT, CPT.
Whatever your web hosting needs may be, we got you
can
covered.
go through the
Perhaps you're
videos
just
of
starting
dynamic
out,
CPT
need
also.
basic web
You will
hosting.
get the idea about dynamic CPT,
Or you're
how it also what are the certain
Looking for
features
something
of these
faster,
things. So
easily
thank you for
scalable,
listening
like
to me.
cloud hosting. Or maybe you need something
Bearing
more
capacity of
powerful for your
foundation
business,
part is
like a
being
dedicated
covered
server.
in Unit 2.
HostGator has a
From tomorrow I
solution
will
for
discuss
all
vertical
your web
stress
hosting
and
needs.
Linux and
As your
Western
business
Arts.
grows, we grow with you.
Before next semester I would try to complete the Unit 1, and any doubt in you can feel free to clarify your doubts in Unit 1 and Unit 2. Keep solving the numerical problem, keep revising the content being given to you all people.